Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records and talking Aerosmith 2 days in a row. So yesterday I did my ranking of their 15 studio albums, and I'll put a link to that show in the description here. And today the world is made aware of Aerosmith in 2012 or 2009, excuse me, is looking for a replacement for Steven Tyler. Joe Perry goes as far as to call Chris Daughtry from American Idol. I think he was a runner-up or something in American Idol. Ends up doing a few albums that were successful, 2006 and 2009. Long story short, in a recent interview with Dave Richards' podcast, Chris Daughtry says, I get a random call from Joe Perry. Joe and Steven are apparently at odds with each other. This was all in the news at the time. It wasn't private information. This is around the time when Steven Tyler was doing American Idol, and they weren't touring together. And it was kind of like a little public breakup in a sense. So Joe Perry calls me. This is Chris Daughtry saying, and I'm like, first of all, I didn't know that Joe Perry had my phone number. This is incredible. I thought it was a joke at first, but he didn't even take time to say, how are you doing? He just went right into his reason for calling and said, I don't know what Steven's doing, but you want to work. But we want to work, excuse me. How would you feel about hitting the road with us? You've got some cool songs we could play too. So Perry is actually saying that they could do a few Daughtry songs. Daughtry says, I was speechless. First of all, I don't consider myself on the caliber of a singer that Steven Tyler is, as far as I would not be able to tackle those songs the way that Steven Tyler tackles them. He's irreplaceable in my mind. Furthermore, Steven Tyler is still alive. How do you replace Steven Tyler? The whole fear of pissing off my heroes was just looming, and I was like, there's no way I can do this, Joe. Daughtry admits that Perry's offer was terrifying concept that left him, kind of speechless. But it is a memory that he'll have for the rest of his life. I mean, think about Joe Perry from Aerosmith calling you up and asking you to join the band. One of the things that I say in my show on the ranking of the albums is the one thing that I took from the show most was that Steven Tyler is irreplaceable. He is Aerosmith. Even the Rockin' a Hard Place album from 1982, where Joe Perry doesn't play on at all, and Brad Whitford only plays on one song, it's still a really good album. The one guy that you can't replace in Aerosmith is Steven Tyler. And I would say this about almost more than any band, including Led Zeppelin. I think that Led Zeppelin could actually replace Robert Plant before Aerosmith could replace Steven Tyler. Just the way that he delivers his vocals, that fast phrasing, those almost rap-like phrasings on songs, talk about things that nobody cares. He's just irreplaceable. I thought it was an interesting story. Evidently, other singers that were thought of, Lenny Kravitz, Paul Rodgers, Chris Cornell, and Sammy Hagar. Ultimately, Aerosmith does get back together. In 2012, they do Music from Another Dimension, which is a pretty good album. And they tour for the next decade. And they're on tour now with Black Crowes opening up for their 50th reunion. Check out my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you like the content. I do shows every single day. I will put a link in the description of my top rankings of the Aerosmith's catalog. Peace out. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.